When you're walking from the road, you can smell, oh, today got biryani in our house.
Hi, welcome to Urmi's Cakes and Cooks. I'm Urmila, and today I have with me Auntie Vasanta, who is one of my friends, and she's like a second mother to me. She has cooked for me from the time I moved to Perth, and today she's going to show us how to make a vegetarian biryani. Auntie Vasanta, can you tell us?
Everyone, I'm Vasanta here, and I'd like to show you how to make biryani. It can be vegetable, it can be mock, it can be real chicken, it can be anything, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm just showing you mock chicken biryani today. And this is my grandmother's recipe, which I'm following today, all right? Now the ingredients are cinnamon stick, bay leaf. I don't put too much of cardamoms because if you bite, it becomes unpleasant. So I'm just putting 2 cardamom and 2 cloves, ginger garlic paste. Then I'm putting chili powder according to your taste, and meat curry powder,
The biryani
masala,
garam
masala, and then I've chopped mint, coriander. I put about 3 tablespoons of ghee. I fried the cashew nut and the onions first and take it out. The balanced ghee I'm going to use for the masala, okay? And then I got tomato puree, I got onions chopped, tomato chopped, and cashew nut ground, and yogurt. Okay, I'll start now. Let the ghee get heated. I'm add first the cinnamon stick.
So, Auntie, earlier you used 3 heaped tablespoons of solid ghee.
Solid ghee.
You put it in and you just sauteed the cashew nuts, cashew nuts.
Yes, and fried the cashew nuts, and I also sauteed the
onion and this got it brown. That's for garnishing.
Garnishing later,
Okay.
because I'm going to do layer biryani.
Yeah.
So I need every layer, all this garnishing should be there. Okay?
Yeah. So, Auntie, when you make the biryani like this, is there anything that we can prepare ahead of time? Or is it best to do it only on the day?
No. You can, ginger garlic paste you can grind and keep separately.
Yeah.
You can even, the mock chicken, because it's in the freezer, you take it out, cut and keep in the fridge. But I cut the mock chicken small pieces because it's too chunky,
Yeah, so I think Auntie has cut 1 piece of the plant-based mock chicken into 2 or 3 pieces, depending on how big it is. Then the cashew nuts, Auntie earlier said we should soak it, right?
Yeah,
and then
for grinding, you need to soak the cashew nut because you need a paste.
Yeah.
If not, it becomes powdery.
All the exact measurements for the recipe will be in the description. So don't stress, because I know we're not actually giving proper measurements right now, but we've written it all down and it'll be there in the description.
Yeah. Now the cinnamon stick is popped up. Yeah. Now I'm adding 3 bay leaves. After that, I'm going to take out all this, when I'm putting the layer. 3 bay
so you
leaves.
take it out so that people don't bite on it.
Then I'm adding 2 cardamom and 2 cloves, just for the flavor. Okay, at this point, I'm adding the onions first because the ginger garlic will stick to the pot. So I'm adding the onion first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always I add onion first. At this point, my grandmother always said add salt first.
Why?
Because the onion will get soft and it will be cooked fast.
Oh.
That's why. So I add this amount of salt is enough for the
whole biryani.
I think so.
So you won't be adding some more salt after that. But salt, as usual, is to taste.
Taste accordingly. So, okay. I'm scared to add more because I'm high at salt.
Yeah, that's my worry as well. I also like to eat a lot of salt, so I'm a bit worried when I'm cooking for people.
My grandmother will say if the food is no salt, throw in the bin. That's it. That's a Tamil proverb,
Ah, But auntie, the opposite is also true. If it is too salty, people can't eat it.
Yeah, also correct.
So,
you must
it's
have
finding
the
that
exact
perfect balance is the hard thing.
important. Yeah.
And different people have different
Yes.
level of salt,
Salt,
that
you
they
know.
take. Yeah, usually auntie, when we bring your biryani home, it doesn't
Yeah.
last for more than 2 days. Because your
Yeah.
biryani is so nice. Her biryani is so nice. My kids love it. They always want Auntie Vasanta's biryani. And so they said, yeah, when that comes, it's like no need to eat anything else. Just, have
But
biryani only.
you can eat with raita.
Yeah.
You can eat with your cutlet, your sardine cutlet.
Oh, the fish cutlet.
The fish
Yeah.
cutlet. Sometimes you can even, I used to make cow cutlet, no?
Okay.
Cow cutlet. So we make cow cutlet and one raita enough for the biryani because the biryani masala is hot and
Yeah, it's
spicy.
so flavorful already on its
flavor.
own.
Okay, now at this point, it is saute. I'm adding my ginger garlic paste. Just I don't add earlier because it will stick onto the pot, ginger
Yeah.
garlic paste. So add the onion first, then add the ginger garlic paste. If not,
Do
you
they
don't-
have to brown or
not
is it
necessary
just
to
soft?
brown, it has to be soft, and so the raw smell won't be there. I'm very particular about that. So I'll saute it very well, so no raw smell. At this point, I'm adding my mock chicken because I want this. Some of them, I told them, if you want, you can fry this in ghee earlier and keep. Not necessary, actually. You can fry it with this
Oh,
nicely.
okay.
So it will be there. You can see.
So you
if
can-
not, it becomes soggy. But this mock chicken is good. It's not getting soggy. Some in Singapore, when I cook for my family, it becomes soft.
Oh, yes, sir.
So they have to fry it first.
Okay. I guess it just depends on
Yeah,
what brand that is
ours, we are
available
lucky.
to you.
We are
Yeah.
lucky we get this brand, so it's easier.
Yeah.
So no need to fry again. Okay, now I'm adding my tomato. Okay, I like everything to cook in the ghee. Saute. Don't like any raw smell.
Auntie, tell us
Yeah.
with the rice, when we're cooking the rice, can you just give like what the hints for how to make it nice and fluffy? So we've cooked about 600 grams of
Yeah.
uncooked rice and that's what we have. So what is the best way to cook it?
What you do is boil the water. Usually my husband cook the rice. So boil the water nicely. When it's boiling, add the washed rice. You can soak that basmati rice for at least for half an hour, so it will become double. That's what they say. So we soak the basmati rice for half an hour. Then when it's boiling, put that washed rice there, and in 10 minutes, isn't it? In
I
10
think Uncle earlier said about 7 to 8 minutes.
8 minutes, the rice will be ready. In that rice, what I do in that boiling water, I put 1 teaspoon of ghee and
A bit of salt.
A bit of salt because your biryani you need salt for the rice. So I put the bit of salt and ghee, and cook the rice and strain it out. Okay. If you want to add what is that? Saffron.
Saffron.
You don't need to add yellow color. You can put saffron powder, saffron strands. Okay.
Saffron, yeah.
So, but I don't. Today I'm not putting all that. But if you want, you can put that. It will give a nice yellow color. Your color, the rice will be yellow. Mine will be white. Okay, it's optional. My grandmother used saffron, but I stopped using because very hard to get here saffron.
Oh, okay.
So I stopped using. Okay. Okay. Now the tomato is sauteed. Now I'm going to add this is
Curry powder.
meat curry powder.
Meat
Two.
curry powder.
Baba meat curry powder you use. 3. Because I'm making very little. 3, Urmila, I'll give them the recipe later.
Yeah.
Then I'm adding chili powder, 1.5, because it depends on how hot you want. Okay, here you said you all will add.
Yeah, we eat spicy
You all
food.
Spicy. So I'm adding 1.5. 3 to 1.5 tablespoon. Then I'm adding, yeah, this is 1 teaspoon of, I'm putting shan biryani masala because this is not originally not in my grandmother's recipe, but I'm adding this because it gives a nice biryani smell. This shan, just I'm putting 1 teaspoon.
Smells so
and
good.
Smells good, you know. And plus I'm adding garam masala, half a teaspoon. That's it. Now saute them nicely in ghee. The raw smell must go. The powder smell must, you know, you cannot get this. Chili powder, you can smell the raw smell.
Yeah, and you can also taste it when it's not cooked properly.
So I nicely saute it here. Then only I'll add other things like tomato puree. I'm adding tomato puree for this biryani. I don't know why my grandmother had tomato puree, so we add.
Is it just to enhance the flavor
I
of the
think so.
tomato? Like and also give it a bit of sourness.
Sourness maybe. But I'm adding also yogurt, you see, for the sourness.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm adding the tomato puree. Okay. And the ground cashew nuts.
Auntie, that's the yogurt.
Oh, yeah, man. Okay.
There, the cashew nuts are there.
Okay. Yogurt. Actually, you can add yogurt now because those days they say the chicken have to cook, you know. If you add yogurt, it won't cook. But here, this mock chicken
is not
necessary.
not
We can add all. Then I'm adding little bit of the mint leaf. That's for the biryani flavor. And little bit of the coriander leaves. You want to taste and see? Just little bit here, huh? Sorry. Is it hot? No.
No.
Just see.
Yeah, it tastes nice, Auntie.
Nice. Salt all enough? Because the rice also got salt.
Yeah, enough.
Okay, now this is ready. Now I'm going to layer the biryani. This the layer. So I put little bit ghee on the pot, bottom of the pot. So it won't, in case it gets stuck.
You don't want the rice to get stuck, so you're putting it.
So safer.
Yeah.
Not necessary, but I always put, you know, to be safer.
So, Auntie, how much of is it like a 1 inch layer or 2 inch layer of
this
rice?
one I'm going to make it 2 inch layer because quite a lot of gravy, and so.
So you put 2 inches of rice and then put
Yes, that depending on your gravy, whatever. Some people like to put 1 inch gravy, 1 inch gravy, but it's too much, you know. When you mix it, it becomes too rich. Spoon is here. Oh, this also can. It's okay, Urmila. It's okay. So, mint leaf, the coriander. Okay. Then I'm adding cashew nut. Fried cashew nut. Some people also put raisin, but I don't like raisins because it's sweet. Spoil the taste. We don't want anything sweet, so I don't put raisin.
Then just put the cover.
Cover and put it low fire. So the biryani is ready. Just few seconds. Let that all go through. It's hot, but let go through the steam. They say what they call it actually. Dump. Correct. Dump. They will dump. That's it.
So Auntie Vasantha has put the biryani in the pot and now it's in the dum. So it's cooking through, letting all the flavors set in. While that is happening, I'm just going to show you how to make a quick raita that we can use as an accompaniment for the biryani. So I've got about half a cup of yogurt, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, a little bit of pomegranate, and that's more just for color and flavor. 200 grams of grated zucchini and some coriander leaves just for garnish. And then we're going to flavor it with a little bit of salt and sugar. I would have used kala namak or black salt, but I couldn't get it. So I'm just going to use normal salt. So if you want a slightly different flavor, which actually is really, really nice to go with the biryani, get the kala namak if you can. So basically all you're going to do is put all these ingredients into the bowl and mix it. If you want your raita to be a bit runnier, you can thin the yogurt out with a bit of milk, but I find that because here in Perth, a lot of our vegetables have a lot of water in it. So when we add salt and mix it through, a lot of the water comes out. So your raita ends up being quite like runny anyway. So I'm not going to add any extra milk to thin it down because I don't want it to be so thin and runny. But you can add like other variations. You can add to this, you can add cucumber, you can add tomatoes, carrot, and you can also do like fruit ones,
Yeah.
you know, with different like cut apple, green apple and things like that as well. So, but I think because the biryani is already going to be so flavorful and
Yeah.
rich, I didn't want to do, I just
Simple.
made it really simple. I'm just going to put a little pinch of sugar. Mix that through. And then I'll just put the coriander leaves and pomegranates on the top. And your raita is done. It's that simple. And obviously once it's made, if you think this is too thick for you, you can add a bit of milk, but I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes because as I said, the water will seep out. But you can just store it in the fridge and then serve it when you're ready. So now we are going to check on the biryani
Yes.
to see if it's fully cooked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can see it. No?
You
It's
can,
hot,
yeah,
hot because this pot is hot. Thick.
very thick.
Thick. So
Come,
it's-
auntie, give me the cover.
Okay. So we can. We do this biryani. You cannot take mix. If you want, you can mix all together. But I like to serve, you know, like this. You can see the layer. Okay.
So now it's time to taste the most exciting part. Oh, I've only got a big piece of.
How is it? Okay.
It's very nice, auntie.
Okay. Good.
Very tasty.
Big.
Now you keep chewing.
You know what? Usually I won't do a little quantity. Usually I do in a big one.
Yeah.
So I was quite
Auntie
nervous.
makes this for us for sometimes for big
Yeah,
functions as
big
well.
functions
So she
and
makes big pots of
big
it.
pots.
But this is really, really tasty. You'll definitely not be disappointed. That's why I wanted Auntie to show us how to make her famous biryani. So thank you so much,
Thank
Auntie,
you. Thank you,
for
Urmila.
showing us how to make
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
like
for
to share my
helping.
recipe with everyone. That's
Yeah,
why.
thank you,
Thank
Auntie.
you so much.
Really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay, Ariom.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy cooking.